Hey guys, welcome back. Is the stock market falling? Here's what you should be doing, right? Okay, so I like to do this quick video update because the past 1 to 2 weeks, right, a lot of things have happened. But two major things that caused the market to have some uncertainty. That's why I like to highlight them in this video. And also let you know what you should be doing from here on as well. That's the most important thing. But very quickly, let's dive into what really happened for the past 1 or 2 weeks, right? Okay, so two major things that have happened, and one is the Donald Trump, right? President Trump actually announced new trade measures against China on the 10th of October, including extra tariff, right? Okay, and market on that day saw a big sell-off, followed by a brief rebound. And the second major thing was that regional bank disclosed unpaid loan issues, right? Roughly 16th of October, and the market also had a sell-off, right? Okay, but most importantly is also because a lot of people, after the announcement of the banks disclosing unpaid loan issues, a lot of analysts actually came in to say this would not be a one-off case, especially like JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon says earlier, cockroach warning, right? What does it mean? It means that if you find a cockroach, there could be a few of them nearby that you don't see them, right? Okay, what does it mean to do the bank loans or the unpaid loan issues? It means that if you find a couple or few cases, there might be a lot more, and that causes fear in the markets and leading to a market sell-off, right? Okay, same thing for the tariff, right? Because of this tariff, announcing more tariff on China, there could be fear of an even bigger trade war with China retaliating and US going back at them again even more harshly, and that's why they create more fear and more uncertainty, right? And market does not like fear and uncertainty, and that's why you can see that the market sold off, right? Okay, so I want to share a bit about when all this came out, right? Basically, like I say earlier, 10th of October, the tariff was announced by US, and the regional bank news came out on the 16th, right? Okay, I'm going to show you the chart later on how it really moved, right? And I'm going to give you my take what you should be doing right here later on, right? So a little bit details on the events, right? Basically, it was announced that 100% tariff on all China imports starting 1st of November, which is less than a month from here, right? Plus export controls on US critical software, right? Responding to China trade barriers with hints of talks, right? Okay. The way I see it is that Trump actually wants to force China on the negotiating table. He don't really mean it when he says he mean it, but he don't really mean to implement this, because he himself knows that it is going to harm his economy, US economy, and even China economy. There will not be winners. There will be only losers in such a implementation, right? Okay, so it's the same as April, right? Okay, when he made that comment, then after that delay it and market rally. Basically, with him around, there's more volatility, which is great for investors and traders, right? Like my previous video that I uploaded, you can see that I actually on Friday, just Friday alone, just make a rebound trade on the overall S&P indices futures, and it went up, right? Okay, and made me very good profits in just about 2 hours, and I made it together with my students, right? Okay, and it was showcased in the video. So you might want to take a look at that video, right? Okay, but coming back to this, what I'm trying to say here is that volatility is good for traders and investors. Why? Because wide swings actually help us to make more profits, right? If we get in at the right time, at the right price, in the right direction, right? Okay. And if your next question is, hey, then how do I get in at the right time, right price, and in the right direction as well, right? I actually have a free training where I actually share my proprietary trade to win strategy, right? This strategy cannot be found anywhere else. It can own because it's devised by me, right? Okay, so I have this free workshop where you can actually learn this trade to win strategy. If you are interested, somewhere around the link or even email us, let us know you want to attend the next available free workshop, and we will set it all up, right? Okay, but coming back to this. Volatility is good, right? All this create uncertainty and create a lot of volatility and fear in the market, which is good for traders and investors to make money from it, right? Okay, because if the market don't move, right, it's basically not very hard for us to make money, right? Okay, imagine you buy at $10 and it stays at $10 all the way, right? Or you sell at $10 and it stays at $10 all the way. There's no profits to be made, right? Okay, so volatility is good for us, swinging up or down, right? Okay, but my take here is that it has happened before, right? And I will show you what is going to I'm going to show you facts, right? Okay, of what happened before, so that you have you can make better informed decision going forward, tackling this issue, right? Okay, just in case you are new, you have never encountered this, or you have encountered this but you forgotten what really happened, right? Okay, so take it as a recap. But over here, then after that, the market did rebound a bit because Trump softened his tone, but after that, the regional banks loans has some issue, right? Okay, more higher loan losses, delinquency in the regional banks, and it was only just a few cases. It was no big deal, but when the analysis or even JP Morgan came in to say like, hey, there could be a lot more that was not announced and not due yet, right? Okay, the delinquency might happen much later, soon enough, right? Okay, so that create more uncertainty in the markets, right? Okay, basically, when you see a cockroach, that one cockroach, right, you will see a lot more cockroaches, right? Okay, you will see one or two delinquency. There might be a case a lot more hidden in the background that you do not know, right? Okay, that's what he meant, right? Okay, that's what the analysis meant, and that's what is being projected to the public to create that fear, right? Okay, now how the market reacted, these are facts, right? Okay, Friday, after it was announced, there was sharp fall, right? Okay, S&P was down 2.7%, Nasdaq was down 3.6%, wiping out about $2 trillion worth of market cap, right? Okay, Monday, it rebounded because Trump softened his tone, and you can see that the rebound was quite good also. S&P rebounded 1.6%, Nasdaq rebounded 2.2%. And what happened in the banks, right? Okay, Thursday the banks fell after it was announced, but banks fall even more, right? Okay, bank stocks fall more. Overall market still okay. We saw gold move up a lot, right? We saw gold move up a lot. Why? Because people want to flight to safety, right? Okay, when there's fear, and people tend to flight to safety, and they always view gold as a safety asset to go into, right? Okay, so let me show you what really happened in previous times, right? Okay, especially the tariff, right? Because it's a bigger news than the regional banks, right? Even though it's one of the latest news that pop up. In 2018, right? Tariffs were announced on 25%, right? Okay, And 2019 there was 10 to 25% on 300 billion worth of products sales services, right? And all these saw initial around 2 to 6% initial drop. Volatility spikes, right? VIX is actually VIX, right? Is a volatility index to see the kind of volatility in the market, right? Okay, and it typically is a indicator to measure fear, right? Okay, so if VIX is up, fear index is up also. You can say it this way lah, right? Okay, so basically VIX is a fear index, right? Okay, then even though it was initially dropped by 2 to 6% after tariff is announced in 2018, 2019, right? You can see that it after that it recovers, right? Okay, short-term sell-off, right? Stabilizes with this de-escalation, right? Okay, and a lot of times this does happen, right? 2018, 2019, or even the recent April, right? Which we saw a sharp drop after Trump announced tariff against almost the whole world, right? Okay, there was a sharp drop, but market rallied, broke new high, and we are now in a very strong bull run. What my point here is that, right, based on previous similar events that have occurred, right, this should not be viewed as a way to think that a crash is coming, right? Okay, and but that doesn't mean a correction is not coming or on the way, right? So that's why I'm going to share with you what is my take going forward from here on, right? Okay, so stay on. I have a lot to share with you. Regional bank loan troubles in the past, right? These are all facts, events that have happened in the past. 2023 SVB, right? Okay, it dropped like a stone, right? Almost like a stone. But the major thing is subprime, right? Subprime. In 2008, we caused almost a global economic crisis, right? But during 2008 subprime crisis, so-called, financial banks also dropped about 3 to 10%. VIX was up also, but rebounded with regulatory support and bailout, right? So we can see that all banks since 2008 are much higher and in their price as well, right? Okay. And since 2008 low, it has went up much higher, right? So what to do next, right? Okay. Tariff, monitor the talks news, right? And pauses and even toning down of tone. Review trade exposed stocks like tech and even auto like cars, all this, right? For regional banks, track the bank earnings, loan updates, put financial stocks on your watch list because these are more volatile stocks that you can actually take advantage of, right? Okay, but how do you actually benefit from it? Okay, you can benefit from it. Let me just show you a quick thing on my chart, right? You can benefit from it by looking at the overall market, the S&P, right? I'm putting in the S&P futures, right? Okay, it basically track the top 500 blue chip stocks that is listed in the US, right? Okay, so you can see over here there was if I zoom in a little bit, over here, this is 9th of October, right? Okay, on the 10th of October after it is announced over here, right, on the 10th of October after it is announced, we can see that there is a sharp long drop, right? Okay, and rebounded a little bit. That was on the weekend. That was on the last Friday, last trading day of the week, and throughout the weekend there was calming tones, and on Monday it rebounded. Okay, and we can see that over here this is another very strong, not as strong as the tariff announcement, but this strong down bar was also or red bar was also because of the regional banks, right? Okay, seems like bad news after bad news, right? Okay, or fear news with fear, right? Okay, I would say news that cause uncertainty is coming out, right? Okay, now very importantly here is that after that, market still rebound last Friday, right? Okay, but of course it continued to sell off pre-market before rebounding up, right? Okay, this shows what? This shows that the market has some confidence, right? Okay, has some confidence. All this is uh, not a big thing, okay? Technically, it does show. Another thing I want to say here is that this part looks very similar to somewhere during this period, okay, somewhere during this period, which is last year December all the way to February or even March, right? Roughly 3 months. It broke new high, corrected a little bit, broke new high, corrected a little bit, broke new high, then corrected more. Seems like based on my technical analysis, right, using my trade to win strategy, seems like it could be happening, right? Okay, first phase is over here, down a little bit, broke, then down a little bit, right? Okay, and the low is lower, right? And low is lower over here. This is the same. The low is lower, but still break a new high. So my take here is that before a sharp correction or bigger correction happens, it normally has in technical analysis at least, it at least give you a early heads up based on technical analysis, right? If you know how to read it well, right? And if you do not know, you might want to consider learning the TDW strategy, right? Okay, and over here, suspect that it might also break another new high, but not much, right? Okay, going forward, I suspect that it might break another new high, but not much, and start to correct again, right? And maybe even break this low, right? That is a possible scenario. The next possible scenario is that indices goes up, the stocks also go up, right? Usually that is the case. Like in COVID period, the COVID crisis, right? Up to 90% of stocks are going down, right? Okay, why? Because the indices was dropping very sharply. Okay, the S&P, the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, right? Okay, so if the indices go down, a lot of stocks, like majority of the stocks, will go down. When the indices go up, like what you see over here, since April, a lot of stocks went into a very strong bull run also, right? Okay, so I just like here a very strong correction, then it keep on rebounding, right? Okay, keep on going up, right? That could be the case also, right? That could be the case, but I feel like if this future scenario will very likely be something here, but it lasts 3 months, right? So a lot of times buying stocks around here or even here when price point is here, then you look at the stocks to buy, there's still profit to make, right? There's still profit to be made, right? Okay, and another thing is when uncertainty is there, right? Definitely you want to consider looking at gold, right? You want to consider looking at gold because you can see over here gold is having a very strong run, right? Okay, but on Friday it has quite a strong sell-off. In fact, a 2% sell-off that for based on recent times we have not seen much, right? Okay, but of course the volatility of gold has went up a lot also. A lot of people are now trading gold as well. So technically short-term one, yeah, let's get back to the indices, right? Okay, so basically I do expect the bull run to continue, but I also do expect a small, very healthy correction, even testing S&P at 6,400, right, before rebounding. It may test 6,400, broke a little bit lower, then rebound, or it may not even touch 6,400 and start rebounding up also. It's still possible, right? Okay, having said that, that's all from me. Hope this video actually gives you more updates on what to do next. So let me just recap what to do next. Monitor the tariff, right? Track the news, put the financial stocks in your watch list, but very importantly, how to benefit from it. use dips in for uptrend entries, right? Use momentum value control. This is what I teach in my Trade to Win workshop, right? It's a free workshop that teach my Trade to Win strategy to people like you, right? So if you are interested to learn, you can actually look at that, right? Because we actually get in after a correction, right? Okay, we actually get in after a correction. We don't get in when it is already moving up a lot, just like what we see go on go, right? We wait for a correction before we get in. Same thing for stocks as well, right? So focus on rebounds, right? That you can diversify to go if you think that there's more fear coming into the markets, there's more uncertainty coming into the markets, then definitely diversifying to go might be a better choice than looking at stocks, right? Then also look at oversold bank bounces, right? Okay. I think banks is over technically based on the charts. They have shot up way too high, way too fast, right? Okay, technically speaking. So in the technical charts, so there might be some selling pressure in the overall bank stocks as well. So, but having said that, I'm not saying that it won't go up, right? I'm saying that it's actually a good thing for banks right now to have a very healthy correction. And after the healthy correction, that is the point where we can get a good price to go in also, right? Okay, so that's all from me. Last but not least, if you want an update on my latest stock picks, do hit the like button on this video and even subscribe to my channel, right? Okay, and also join my mailing list, right? The link is up there. You just have to type in your browser and join my mailing list, because my mailing list will give you the latest update, market insights, stock analysis, trading ideas as well, right? Okay, and you want to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any updates from me that is very time sensitive, right? A few days or 1 or 2 weeks later after you watch, if you watch this very video 2 weeks from now, right, things that I said might has already lapsed, right? So you want to watch it real time immediately after it is uploaded, and you will be notified if you subscribe to the channel, right? That's all from me. May the profits be with you. All the best to your trading. See you soon.